Remember those who are part of our history and those who are presently serving to protect our future. Being a military service member is never easy, but the men and women today, all volunteer armed forces, choose to serve a cause greater than themselves. Many made this decision knowing they would be sent in harm's way. For the better part of a decade, they have endured multiple tours, protecting us and giving the others the opportunity of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In a moment, our OTC cadets, veterans, students, and community volunteers will begin reading the names of the 6,313 names of soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and government agents who have paid the ultimate sacrifice in the cities of Iraq and the mountains of Afghanistan. We are joined in this nationwide effort by thousands of students, faculty, and staff, and community leaders at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and colleges and universities in 50 states and the District of Columbia who are conducting similar ceremonies right now. Today at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. local, we will simultaneously join in a nationwide minute of silence. Our purpose is simple. We want those still serving to know that we have not and will not forget their sacrifices or those of the fallen. The reading of the names will take nearly 8 hours to complete as readers announce names in chronological order. The National Roll Call is grateful to iCasualty.org for their steadfast reporting of the fallen over the past 10 years, in which these names of the fallen have been derived. The following names we will hear today are some of those brave men and women who gave, as President Lincoln so nobly stated, the last full measure of devotion. Thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. Please show respect as colors are presented.
Sergeant First Class Randall Rain, Captain Russell Ripito, Specialist Ryan Long, Staff Sergeant Wilbert Davis, Captain Edward Korn, Sergeant Todd Robbins,
Specialist Gregory A. Fox, Sergeant Tyler D. Pruitt, Private First Class Joshua K. Titcomb, Staff Sergeant Mike A. Denny, Staff Sergeant Alan L. Rogers,
Eric L. Collins, Sergeant First Class Robbie D. McNary, Corporal Gary Weasley Can Rhymes, Staff Sergeant Ioza F. Cave, Jr., Lance Corporal Tenzin Bingham,
Taylor, Corporal Richard P. Waller, Lance Corporal Juana Navarro Adriano, Private Jody W. Milstein, Lance Corporal Philip J. Martinez,
Corporal Michael A. Estrella, Sergeant Roger P. Pena, Jr., Captain Patrick Damon, Corporal Jeremiah S. Santos, Specialist David J. Babineau, Specialist Brent W. Koch, Sergeant Ian T. Sanchez, Private First Class Thomas L. Tucker, Private Christian Menchaca, First Lieutenant Forrest P. Ewens, Specialist Robert L. Jones, Sergeant Reyes Ramirez, Corporal Christopher D. Leon, Lance Corporal Brandon J. Webb, Private First Class Christopher N. White, Staff Sergeant Benjamin D. Williams, Sergeant Jason J. Buzzard, Sergeant Sirlu C. Quaresma, Staff Sergeant Heath N. Craig, Sergeant First Class Jared C. Monty, Private First Class Brian J. Bradbury, Lance Corporal Nicholas J. White, Staff Sergeant Patrick L. Liebert, Corporal Riley E. Baker, Specialist Channing G. Singletary, Staff Sergeant Mario J. Bievre,
Staff Sergeant Matthew J. West, Sergeant Raymond C. Alcaraz, Private First Class James A. Page, Lance Corporal Cody A. Roberts, Staff Sergeant Vincent B. Atkinson.
I'm good. So I have the honor of closing the ceremony today. And I've chosen not to write my own words or just speak with a bit of emotion and a whole lot of reverence. This is a national effort, and there are closing remarks that many speakers are using that are consistent across the country, and it just seemed right to do the same thing. So let me read what others have read, because it seems like the theme and the consistency in the message should be from one part of our country to the other. We must never forget the names heard here today are the honored fallen who sacrificed their lives so that we could live free in the land of the brave. We read each of their names remembering full well that they are someone's son, daughter, father, mother, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, cousin, fiance, partner, friend, co-worker, classmate, and battle buddy. Each of them leaves behind unfulfilled dreams. This we must never forget. As President Lincoln said so eloquently in his second inaugural address, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. Thank you for coming here today, for remembering those who served us so very well. This concludes the Remembrance Day National Roll Call at the University of Alaska, Fairbanks. Thank you.
Honor that we, the members of the Alaska Vets Motorcycle Club, are among you gathered here today to remember our fellow veterans who gave their lives for the preservation of America's precious freedoms. To show our respect for our fellow comrades lost in conflict, we are proud to conduct this fallen warrior ceremony. Since ancient times, soldiers paid their respects to fallen warriors by erecting a small monument on the battlefield, comprised of their battle gear and weapons to mark the passing of a fellow warrior, and to let others know that their sacrifice should not be so easily forgotten. Times have changed, but not the ritual. And although the sword has been replaced by the rifle, this symbol of reverence to those who have passed before us continues to this day. Our first veteran is an Iraq vet. Mike served with the United States Army. He carries a fallen warrior's weapon, represented by this rifle. Our second veteran is a Vietnam veteran. He served in the United States Army. He carries our fallen warrior's armor, represented by this helmet. Our third veteran is Iraq veteran. Is Diesel. He served with the United States Army. He carries our fallen warrior himself, comprised of these boots and dog tags. The dog tags are those warriors who will continue to ride with us always. Laying a red and black roses is Peggy. She places the roses to symbolize our country's love and respect on behalf of all families who are left behind and home to mourn for our fallen warriors. This will conclude our ceremony. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention and respect.
The mark time. March. Colors. Halt. Right. Face. Freeze zones. Arms. Order. Arms. 3. Colors. Carry. Colors. Left, face, forward, march.